see him back out there for the first time and see him get out there and run around a little bit with us.
Well, what's he working? Was he working with you at the field or what?
No, he was with the scout team for the most part.
Josh, talk about this past week and what Coach Johnson talked about getting more physical work, one against one kind of work. How valuable was that to you guys, do you think?
It was good. We really got to it this past week. We really just went back down to the basics, like Coach said, for the most part, and it was really physical practices. Just working on tackling still, make sure we had our edge still in our bye week, and making sure it carried over to this week because it's a really big week for us. So we know we had to come out with a bang. So staying physical was probably a big part of that off week.
What does a loss like that do for a team's sense of urgency, knowing that you really can't afford to lose anymore?
For us, I feel like it really helps us. It's that eye opener for this week, and it shows us that it's this conference. You really have to come to play week in and week out. And I feel like it's really like a repeat of last year when we lost to LSU on the road as well. It really brought our team together more than separated us. So I feel like this year's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna bring us together, and we're gonna get together and we're gonna make a run for it.
Do you ever look at have you looked at the polls to see four SEC West in the top 5? Is that just kind of like, what's your reaction to that when you see that?
Like Coach said, just we win out, then that'll play out for itself. So I don't really try to look into all the polls and seeing who's one and who's two. So we just know if we win out, we'll still be in great shape to accomplish all our goals that we still have set.
Josh, you guys have established some pretty good chemistry in the secondary, same as the safety. Just talk about that process over the course of the season.
Like I said before, going into the season, as a secondary, we all have big goals. We want to make sure we establish that we was a great secondary, and it wasn't no more just coming in and tossing the ball around anymore. So, I mean, as weeks go week in and week out, we just try to work to improve and make sure we're locking down their best guys and taking away their passing game when they have to go to the passing game. And as a secondary, I feel like each week we're getting better and better, and I feel like it's just more greatness to come for us as we're establishing those young kids and those older guys are keep learning the game as well. So I feel like the secondary we're getting really good.
In light of the consistency in the secondary, the chemistry there as well, to bring Jermaine back into it mid-season, I guess, how does that kind of throw a wrench, or what's the reaction among the team players in the secondary especially?
I mean, it's still the same mindset. We just got to work. We got to make sure we come in each and every day with the same mindset. I mean, nothing changes with him coming back, or it's still we want to be the best secondary, and everybody has to come ready and prepared to play each and every Saturday.
Do you think he'll stick at safety once he's back up and running, or?
I really don't have any idea, so that's probably up to coach.
Now, did the coaches say anything to y'all as far as him coming back? Was there some kind of welcome back, or did he just kind of get thrown in the fire?
No, not really. I mean, I think that's up between him and coach, so we really don't know too much details about it. We just know he's back, and we're happy to have him back.
You said earlier y'all during off week y'all said you wanted to come out with a bang. What does that mean? Does that just mean an all around good game, or that?
We really just that this game we're here is just really to show people that we're still the Auburn Tigers. You know what I mean? The bang is just knowing that we're gonna come out with a vengeance. We're gonna try to come out and do what we do best, and that's with the basics of our offense and the basics of our defense. We know they're a good team, so we're gonna have to really these few practices that we have for this week is really just gonna establish our game plan and make sure we come Saturday ready and prepared to show the world that we're still the Auburn Tigers.
How much would it help you guys in the defensive backfield if you finally get that four-man rush going, and you feel like it's going to happen?
I feel like it's going to happen. I really do. Knowing Coach Gardner, how he works those guys, I know it's going to come. And once that comes, it's gonna really help us in the back end. With covering receivers. I mean, you just gotta really wait for it with the loss of like Carl Lawson and those guys. We wasn't really gonna have as much pass rush as we did last year. So, I mean, it comes with it, but over time, guys get better, and I feel as the season goes on, we'll eventually get that good four-man pass rush that we really need.
We heard they moved Brandon over to the end a little bit. What, Brandon King over to defensive end to kind of create some of that. What's been his reaction and kind of what you've seen from that practice?
Brandon really likes it. I don't really think too many guys can really block somebody that fast coming off the edge. So I think Brandon really likes coming off the edge. He told me the other day that he's gonna make sure he gets that pass rush that we need for us. So I feel Brandon's gonna be a good asset to that third down, that third and long, third and medium pass rush that we need. And I think he's really liking that job that he has right now, just contributing to the team.
Guys, they're a pretty heavy, run-heavy team, especially with Davis. How does that change for you? I mean, you're always playing downhill except for the deep balls, but when you're playing a run-first team, how does that change your mindset?
Not too much. I know most of the time you just gotta formation recognition. It really tells you a lot about teams and a lot. So I mean, you gotta know they're gonna run and try to hit them play action deep balls every now and then. So you just gotta have really good eyes playing those run first teams. You gotta be disciplined on your job. If you're downhill, you gotta be downhill, and if you're in the post, you gotta stay deep.
Josh, what does it do for you to play at Jordan Hare Stadium as opposed to going on the road?
It does a lot. I feel like our crowd gives us a very big advantage, especially on defense, because when teams come in, I feel like it's really hard for them to hear, because half of the time it's hard for us to hear each other on the field. So I know it's hard for the offense to communicate, and our fans give us that extra boost playing at home. And on away games, on road games, you got to bring like all the energy from your sideline. You really don't have too much fan help there. I mean, you have little fans, but you don't have as much fans help when you're at home. So it gives us a big advantage playing at home.
How much, when you come here to visit for a game, how much impact does that have on how you feel, whether it's here or somewhere else?
I feel like it has a big impact, especially we still a family. We're big on family, and they really welcome you here. And you get 1 million War Eagles everywhere you go on campus. So I know as a recruit, just come here, period, it really welcomes you in, and it makes you feel like home here. So I really like playing here.
What are you seeing out of South Carolina's passing game?
They're really good. They got a couple speedsters on the outside, and they got a couple big guys on the inside who can really run. They're a really balanced team, though. If you really look at them, to me they are. So I mean, we have a challenge in front of us, but I feel like we're gonna step up to the plate and handle that challenge as a secondary.
They throw a lot to their running backs. What kind of added stress does that put on you guys in coverage?
Not too much. You just got to make sure whoever has the running back has to make sure they get them. We have a couple calls that make sure it's always somebody on the running back. So I think Coach Johnson have a really good game plan for that coming up Saturday.
What have you seen on film from Dylan Thompson, the fifth-year starting quarterback?
He's really good. He really knows his offense, and he's really experienced. So he knows all the checks that he needs to make and where all his receivers are going to be. So as an offense, and with him running, he's really good back there. And we got to make sure we get back there to disrupt him and make him feel a little uncomfortable while he's here.
Josh, does it enter your mind at all that it's almost a year since the injury?
A little bit, but I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I think the date of my surgery is actually coming up. I want to say soon, but I don't really think about it too much anymore. I mean, I know I have that big Iron Man knee brace on, but I don't really too much think about it anymore, to be honest. I just try to go out there and play full-fledged every single play I can. So,
What was the range of emotions for you like just over the past year? I mean, to go through that, obviously the disappointment, you're still watching the team have the success, come back in spring but not really be able to do as much, and now be back and starting everything. What has this past year kind of been like emotionally for you?
it's been a lot of roller coasters. I mean, when it happened, I was really down, knowing that I really couldn't play anymore, and I didn't really know. Furthermore, after my rehab, I didn't know how I was gonna bounce back, and when I got back, I didn't know how I was gonna actually do. But I just knew that I had to train hard. They always say it's a minor setback for a major comeback, and I really felt like that was true for me to come back and do what I'm doing now and play like I'm playing now, even though I just had an ACL tear last year. So I mean, it's been good now. I'm not really thinking about it too much. I still don't think about it at all. Like, no, I don't really wear my braces much. Like when I'm running around in the weight room and stuff, I try to take advantage of that. But I don't really think I'll probably come out the brace for this year. Just that mindset. I've been playing with it, so I'm gonna just stick with it for this year.
How much are you helping Carl deal with his rehab and stuff like that? I mean, there's several players on the team that have with ACL. So what are you kind of telling him? And what do you see from him?
Carl's a really strong guy. He has a good head on him, and that's the main thing when you hit, like when you have an injury, you have to make sure you have a good head on you. That's the biggest way to make sure your comeback is good. But I just tell him all the time, you just gotta take your rehab one day at a time. Cause I tell you, you're gonna get tired of it. Cause I got tired of coming in at 6:30 in the morning for 3 months straight. I used to wake up like, I don't want to go today, but you gotta make sure you continue to grind, and that really helps. And Carl has that mindset as well, that he wants to get back. I know he misses as well, so I just make sure I tell him you just gotta stay focused and just keep on your rehab and don't let your rehab slip. Cause once the rehab slip, your knee's not gonna get back to where it needs to be for you to come back fully. You know, so.
Josh, like I know Stanton has a different injury than that, but he's also just now had this season-ending surgery. So have you kind of had that same talk with him yet, or are you planning to?
Who was that?
Stanton Truitt.
Oh yeah, I told Stan as well, cause I used to talk to Stan when he first got here. I told him just take your time. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a lot of ups and downs. But when he got hurt, I told him the same thing. You just rehab. He's gonna rehab you as hard and as physical as possible, and you're gonna have to come back strong and ready to prepare. So I just tell him that you just gotta keep your head on him. Like I said, he has a good head on him as well, just a car. So I feel like he's gonna be able to come back from that injury, and he just gotta take it one day at a time.
Was he a guy that, like you saw? I'm sorry. I was just saying, was he a guy that at least like in these practices we'd heard that he was probably playing a major role probably in the second half. I mean, had he shown you a lot that made you think he's probably gonna have a big kind of second half?
Yeah,
for the
he
offense?
really did. He has a lot of spurts. You can tell he's still young, but he's learning the game. And as long as you're learning the game and you're willing to work, then you're always gonna have that. Your moment's gonna come sooner or later. And I felt like it was gonna come from him, but I mean, so that injury, he's just gonna have to bounce back, and when it's time for him to shine, he's gonna have to make sure he shows up.